All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Ask Stacy and Amanda live. I am here at the bank, so I am actually using a really cool system today. So everything is going to be a little bit different. So like always, we are live here at 2:30 on Tuesdays, sometimes for other special events. So just make sure that you like us, turn on those live notifications so you know every single time that we go live, especially when we do have those special events. You never know when or where we are going to show up. So today I am going to be walking you through Bank of North Dakota's College Handbook. So in the College Handbook, which you can see right here, that is going to be a really great resource for any of you students out there. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you do have a question about anything that I'm talking about today, anything in regards to college planning or paying for college, make sure to leave us a comment below or send us a direct message. This special program that I am using today creates a little bit of a delay, so if I don't answer you exactly right away, that is because of that delay. So we will go ahead and get started right here or here, which everything is kind of backwards for me today. So right here is the Bank of North Dakota College Handbook. And like I said before, it's a great college planning resource for high school students and their parents. Just so you can kind of get on top of where and what you need to be doing at each stage in your college planning process. So I'm just going to make sure this is indeed going live. All right, so we're going to dive in. So when you go through the handbook, this is what it looks like over here. So scroll through, you will see the table of contents right over here. So that table of contents is going to have everything that the college handbook contains. So the first thing that I want to show you is some of our more interactive things on in the handbook. So I'll be showing you 3 different interactive things: our checklists, our videos, and then our calculators that we have on the website and also embedded into our handbook. Now this college handbook is 100% online. It is meant to be interactive, so we don't even print these anymore. Those counselors who've been around for a while, maybe parents who've had older children who've maybe brought home our college handbooks from a college fair or school or something like that. This is the exact same thing, just a lot better, and all of that. So we are going to go through the checklist here. So this first checklist is going to be just a step-by-step checklist that every single student can use no matter where you are in the college planning process. The college planning process. So if you look at here, every single student will go through these different things. Every student will need to practice their life skills to be successful in college. You'll need to think about what type of college you want to go to. You'll need to take your ACTs, apply for housing, all of that kind of stuff. So this is a really good checklist for you seniors or graduated seniors who will be freshman college students in the fall, to see that you're not missing anything, and underclassmen in high school to kind of get a good idea about what you're going to be doing over the next few years, or the things you need to do to prepare. So the other checklists that we have are specific to grade level in college. So the one that I have pulled up on the screen here is the freshman and sophomore checklist. So you'll see on here, we did group them together just because you do a lot of the same stuff. You're going to be researching what you might want to do, what career you might want to have someday, what you might want to major in. So now that we are in June and July, you can see some of the things that, you should be doing over the summer to help prepare for your next year in school. So reading, picking up a real book, whether it's literature, it's nonfiction, you're learning about something, making sure you do some reading. Of course, be careful with what you put on social media. And this is great advice, whether, you're 14 or 41. Just, be mindful about what you put out there, because it does truly live out there forever. And then, open a savings account or other, financial stuff to help you get ready, to be an adult financially, which is exciting. Plus, having a savings account and being in charge of your money, if you have a summer job or you get an allowance or whatever, is really great, because it teaches you how to be responsible, how to budget, and to stick a little bit of money away that you can, use for later. So I'm going to scroll down to our junior checklist here. This has a lot of great information for juniors, and your biggest thing during your junior year, of course, is taking that ACT in March. But over the summer, lots of stuff that, these juniors this past year that you can do right now. Of course, hopefully you already have an internship or a summer job, that you're maybe earning money or learning a bit about, whatever career field you might want to go into. Of course, read like crazy, of course. And then lastly, start thinking about what college might cost you and your family for the places you want to go. There's this really great resource out there on fafsa.ed.gov, which is the federal financial aid website, that will give you, a little bit of an idea about what college will cost for you someday. And then seniors, those of you who have graduated this last May, don't forget, just go ahead and check out everything on our June and July tabs, as well as that first checklist that I showed you, just to make sure that you're not missing anything. The big thing, of course, and we've talked about this in the last couple of videos, is student loan information. And then, of course, talking to your college roommate if you know where you're going to be living and who you're going to be living with if you're living on campus. And even if you're, living in off-campus housing, talking to everybody, figuring out who's bringing the refrigerator, who's supplying this, who's supplying that, so you don't end up with 2 refrigerators and 2 microwaves and all of that. So that's good stuff to know. But we do update these every year. Usually stuff doesn't change too much between these different checklists. But if you do need these, they're right here in the college handbook. And then we will be giving them out at the college fairs. And of course, all of the guidance counselors in the high school usually have these on hand as well. So that is resource number 1, those student checklists. So the next thing that I am going to show you are some of our videos that are embedded into the handbook, and they're links that lead you directly to the YouTube channel that Bank of North Dakota has. We house all of our videos on there, so that's a really, really, really great resource. And our videos are, in bite-sized chunks. So if you want to learn about a Bank of North Dakota student loan in 2 minutes, this is where you go. If you want to learn the difference between federal direct loans and federal direct plus loans, you come right here. And then parents, if you are going to be signing, well, parents, adults in general, if you're going to be co-signing any student loans, especially those private loans, this is a video that you absolutely want to check out. Co-signing is not something that's meant to be taken lightly, but all of these videos on throughout our handbook, as well as on our YouTube channel, are meant to help everybody in small bite-sized chunks in a really simplistic way. Of course, it's not the end-all be-all. You should be doing your own research on your individual situation and reading all of your disclosure paperwork and all of that if you go ahead and take out any of that stuff. But this is a really good resource, are those videos. And we cover everything from the financial part of paying for college to what's the difference between credit, how it affects students. We talk about FAFSA in general. So we have a lot of really great videos on there, as well as on our Facebook page that Stacy and myself have done. So definitely check out our videos. They're embedded all over this handbook. So the last thing that I want to share with you in this handbook is our different calculators that we have. Now, what I'm highlighting here is our salary to debt and our debt to salary calculator. So, students going into their first year of college, high school students, current college students, parents, anybody can use these calculators because, we're a bank, we do have student loans, but we do want our borrowers to take out a responsible level of debt. It's not good for anybody to take out so much debt that they can't pay it back once they graduate and get their first job. So I am going to show you the salary to debt calculator. That's going to come up, promise. Okay. So this is a calculator that you can get a good idea about how much debt a student should take on at the top end when you're planning for college, picking your career, picking your college. So let's go ahead and pretend that the expected income that a student is going to make is $35,000, and that's going to be first job right out of college. So we're going to estimate about $35,000 annually. And I'm going to go ahead and plug in Bank of North Dakota's fixed interest rate on our student loans. And this actually, our interest rate is changing on July 1st. We're entering a brand new quarter. So we're going to go ahead and just pop that one in there. And then the repayment term, we're going to go ahead and pick 25 years, just depending on how much a student would have in student loan debt. A lot of them are 10 years, but depending on your balance, 25 years is pretty standard. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And then you just go ahead and click the calculate button. So based on a salary of $35,000 a year, a borrower should not take out more than $38,670 in student loan debt. This is what's considered reasonable to pay back. So this is just one way that students can make good choices when they're borrowing. Maybe seeing that will encourage you to maybe pick a different school, maybe save a little bit more, or apply for more scholarships. So those are the three things that I have: the checklist, the videos, and then last but not least, those calculators. So not seeing any comments yet. If you do leave any comments after this video is live, or if you want to send us a direct message, we will get back to you right away on that. Make sure that you do check out this college handbook. We will be updating it for 2018-19. So look out for some really cool information in there. So next week, we will not be live. It is the 3rd of July, so we're taking a week off, but we will be back on July 10th. So anyway, thanks for joining me here on live with Ask Stacy and Amanda, and we will see you in 2 weeks. All right, bye everyone.